to KillieFC TV today. Today we are greatly privileged to interview Mr. Ray Montgomerie, a well-known Killie stalwart. Raymond was the honorary chairman of the Supporters Association and captain, of course, of the 1997 Cup winning team. He signed for Killie in '98 from Dumbarton for a priceless sum of £12,000. Made his debut at Palmerston against Queen of the South, and his last game was against Rangers 11 years later. Started his career at Salford Vicks before going to Newcastle, then to Dumbarton, and then signing for Killie under Eddie Morrison. Ray, tell us about your younger days in football before going senior and to Newcastle. Where did it all start?
All started off at my local junior club, Salford Victoria. I'm still associated with them even to this day, you know. I take to do a bit of my issues down there at Salford Victoria. You know, I oversee a lot to help play with my part and keep them alive, be a part of their committee, and that's my first love. Salford Victoria, it's my hometown team, you know what I mean. So I'm still heavily involved down there. But that's when my football career started off. You know, went down there and started off banging a few goals in there when I was playing up front in those days, playing as a forward, and caught the eye in Newcastle scouting. They took me down to Newcastle, funny enough, as a forward, but after signing for them it was a massive leap, you know. You're going down there, you're full time, Newcastle United, you're coming from Salford Victoria, and there's your junior league. You've heard those that famous saying, one small step, one giant leap for mankind. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, when you go from Salford Victoria to Newcastle and English divisions, that's one hell of a step, I can tell you that.
Must have been a great learning curve though.
Oh, it's fantastic learning curve. You know, it's your first job in football, and your father's running a business. He's been running a business for 25 years. You're signing a contract with Newcastle United, and you're taking home more every week with your dad. He's run his business for 25 years, so it's a huge. I can't explain to you how big a step that was, and how. But
who were the big names at Newcastle at that time?
Big names at that time. Trying to think of names that you'd remember at the time was Terry Hibbett was a big, well-known name in Newcastle. Peter Wood, he actually went on and won the European Cup with Notts Forest. Centre forward, played for England. Chris Waddle, that was my mate. We used to travel in. Chris Waddle and me, I call him Waddler. But you know, Chris, he's infamous for missing some penalty for England. Thankfully, I should say, for England one day. So me and Chris used to travel into training every day, you know. And interesting enough, not a lot of people know it as well. I signed the same year in Newcastle as a young Paul Gascoigne. Signed for Newcastle. You know, he said he was a few years behind me, 6-7 years behind me, and age-wise, and he'd actually signed the same year for Newcastle. I actually signed, so we didn't know each other at the time. But when my careers passed, a later date, we got to know each other a bit better, and started to reminisce about some of the people that both of us knew well who were at Newcastle.
You obviously left Newcastle and signed for Dumbarton again as a forward. What made you go back to fullback? Was it a manager said, or was it just one day that they were short of players and said, I'll play it right back?
And interestingly enough, I'd always played at fullback all my way through schools, North Ayrshire schools. Always played at the back. And when I went to Salford, they put me up front to play in the junior league. I was blessed with pace. I had a lot of pace, you know, and they scored a few goals. So Newcastle, as I said, they came in and took me down there, and I didn't set the header and fire there. Do you know what I mean? So, but I was playing out of position. I was always a fullback. I was always a defender, you know, and I didn't have the confidence, shall we say, to go and knock on the manager's door. And that's a big regret me in football. Then, when looking back, I didn't have the confidence to go and say to the manager, look, I've came here as a forward, but I'm not a forward. No, I'm a fullback. Give me a chance to play at the back. Maybe things could have been different, you know what I mean? But a bit naive at the time, and you're a young boy, and you've not got the confidence to say it. So I transferred myself. We got transferred up to Dumbarton, you know what I mean? Went to Dumbarton for the first season, playing up front for them as well. And to be honest with you, I was playing at it, wasn't setting the head on fire there actually. And I remember going and saying to the manager, Boyle Armand, you know, look, give me a chance to play at the back here. He says, I'm man enough now, a wee bit more mature. I'm saying, if I don't make this transition from a forward to play where I'm most comfortable at, I'm going to be out the game. So he says, you're fullback. I says, give me a chance at fullback. So the time one of the games came, the occasion came where we shot at somebody, he actually transferred me into the full-back position, and the rest is history, so to speak. I finished my career, not finished my career, but the rest of my time at Dumbarton, I played at full-back, and that's where Kilmarnock saw me. And Eddie Morrison, lovely man, God rest him, he brought me here as a full-back for the priceless summer.
Your debut at Palmerston, do you remember anything about it?
I don't really remember much about my debut at Palmerston, Queen of South. It was a 2-2 draw. Right. But I know we played Queen of South a few times that season, you know, and I certainly remember the last game of the season down at Palmerston, you know, when it was we had to win the 6 goals to secure our place in the division, and we scored the 6 goals that day, and as history points out, it wasn't enough. We got relegated, and that was one of the saddest days I have at my time here at Kilmarnock. So you can say that I certainly made my impression in Kilmarnock the first year that I came anyway.
The next season was the start of the Bobby Fleeton revolution, and I think Tommy Burns signed that year as well, and we've come up to the 2nd division. Do you have any fond memories of that season?
Oh yeah, it was incredible. I mean, that was probably the best thing that happened to the football club, actually get relegated there. It's hard to say that.
A step back.
A step back, but it was a step back that had to be made, you know. And Bobby Fleeton family came in, the Moffat family came in, and we all started to make bigger signings. Tommy Burns coming to Bobby Park, you know. I think he signed I think he signed for £50,000, you know, and that was a major signing for us at the time. We were in the 2nd division and lured the guy out first division, you know, to come here and play for us, and that was a huge statement about to Scottish football, because Tommy had these picker clubs at that time, and the Fleetons and the Moffats, they put down the gauntlet and brought Tommy Burns here. The opportunity to go full time then arose. I was drawn into the office, and the club was part time, but Tommy Burns came as a full time player, and Bobby Fleeton and Jim Fleeton, and then they'd made a decision that they were going to go full time. So I was given the opportunity to go full time along with a couple of other players. And incidentally, there were only 7 players at that time were full time. So we had seven full time players that season, and most of our squad was made up of part time players. So we're training Tuesday and Thursday nights, and Monday and Wednesday mornings. We have about 6 or 7 players out there, and that was with a eventual view of going to a full time staff, but it had to be a transitional period. We had to start off with a few players, and at the end of the following season we're up to a full-time staff. So we did.
Back in those days there was a lot more games against that wee team for the south of Symington. Any fond memories against them?
Who would that team be?
I can't remember their name, Raymond, but I'm sure you remember playing in the odd game.
I remember playing the odd game against them, and as you know, that wee team south of here, I was probably, for that period, I was public enemy #1, public enemy numero uno for that wee team down south of us, and I've got nothing but fond memories of playing them, a few iffy moments against them, and you've got to remember, back then, that part's so tight, you know, it's a very tight part, you know, and this is we're back playing there in league games, you know, and you've not got the media coverage that you've got to do, you've not got the cameras at every angle that you've got nowadays at a football game, you know. Back then, you know, your 90s, late 80s, 90s, you know, you've not got the coverage, and I always loved playing there, and I was getting dogs abuse, because if the goalposts are just yards away from the... Well, you said it, I didn't say it, one ever said it, you said it. The goalposts are just yards away from the shed, and that's got a shed, you know what I mean? And I was getting pelters abuse, dogs abuse from, you know what I mean? But I must admit, I gave as good as I got, because when the referee wasn't looking, I made sure I got my tuppence worth in what I was getting. So I can assure you I was giving as good as I got, and that is the reason that I was probably enemy #1 down there, and it doesn't bother me even if it carries on to today. But the interesting thing is, today, now I've moved on for them, you know, there. When I come across supporters from the team we're talking about, they're nice to me. So I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. One game I wasn't playing, it was a cup game I wasn't playing this game. I was going to the game with my young lad, so I was just going down to watch the game. I wasn't in the squad. I think I just left. I can't quite remember. I was going down and I'm walking up to get into the. It was the game that all the Kilmarnock fans went using the masks and.
Remember it well,
remember
yes.
the game? All the fans went using the masks.
That's right.
The masks, and I was walking up. I was walking up to the game, and just my young lad, and this air supporter. You know, I'm saying it. Ran up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder, and pretended to vomit all over the top of me with me and my young lad that day. So that's the sort of receptions I got at that Team South here.
The first season we got back in the Premier League back in 92-93. Special memories of that season?
Special memories of that season, 92-93. It was coming up to the Premier League and Tommy Burns bringing me into his office for our first game here against Dundee, and him and Billy Starling went over there and saying, what he says, I want you to be the team captain this year, take the team into the Premier League. He says nobody's any more fit into it, nobody's any more deserving of it, and I want you to be take the team into the Premier League. And that's what I remember about that season. You know, just Tommy Burns giving me, make me the captain of the team that season.
Made you grow in stature type thing?
It gave me a feel good fact. You know, I was then captain at Kilmarnock, you know, and that was a position I remained up to the left here, and the responsibility with it, and I like to think I embraced it and what it stood for, because I think it meant a lot to me, and I think if you're captain of a football club you should sort of lead by example, not just on the park but I think off the park as well, and he explained that to me, and I'd like to think that you know, I lived up to it. That I certainly gave it all I got, and you know, and it was, thanks for saying it, but that was one of my happiest days actually at the football club when he said that to me. That season was a fantastic season for the football club. We got off to a good start. I think we beat Dundee 2-0 at one game. Our first away game, or one of our first away games, was Rangers at Ibrox. You know, and Rangers hadn't been beaten there for 18 months. Hadn't been beaten there for 18 months. And here was us in the Premier League. You know, going to Ibrox. A team I'm not being too kind to the boys that were here. I include myself in that. People looked upon us as journeymen pro, and we were going to play against all these superstars as on X, Y, Z. I mean, nobody gave us a chance. You know, I mean, nobody gave us a chance going to Ibrox that day. But Tommy Burns had as well prepared him to start. Our preparation for games were meticulous. You know, they were pioneers at that time, the both of them. And we went there, but we had a belief that we could do it that day. And as events unfolded, we came away winning 2-1, and it was fantastic. And I always remember, you look at the nowadays up there last week, fortnight ago, you saw the Kilmarnock fans down at the corner. We took a tremendous support. I felt we took a tremendous support with us that day. You know, in a couple of fortnight ago. But back in 92-93 was that season that went up. The whole bottom tier at Ibrox was full of Kilmarnock fans. You know, I think 6,000-7,000 Kilmarnock fans. And I've got a picture of that. You know, Bobby Robinson putting on the final goal when the Kilmarnock fans in the backdrop of it. You know, in my bar, and what a sight it is to see the whole bottom tier. The football stadium was covered by Kilmarnock fans. Fantastic to see. I'd love to see that in the future. Kilmarnock fans can do that in the future. You look at how they turned out the other night. You know, they came back for the replay the other night and they were out. And I'd love to see it. I'd love to see all the fans that we had all going back out. You know, rallying the troops together and get behind the team for the rest, and the new manager for the rest of this season.
That season we managed to stay up, and as Gus McPherson touched on a couple of weeks ago when we did his interview, he felt that was a bigger achievement than the run in the Cup in '97 because of the 3 teams getting relegated. What's your views on that?
It's interesting that Gus says that, and he's due that to your attention. Football-wise, there was more work and a bigger achievement done in that team for '93, keeping us in the league that year. You've got to remember, Ian, 3 teams got relegated that season. 3 teams of your top division, that's a quarter of the league, got relegated. You know what I mean? And I think we had the best defensive record in the league that season. You maybe tell me that. I think we did, maybe out with the Old Firm, but I think we didn't. It was a solid unit we had, a solid group of players that we had. You know, we each fought for each other. Everybody was pals with each other in the dressing room. I mean, the camaraderie was great. There was such a togetherness at the club. And if you said to us at the start of the season, you're going to stay up, we are two, you know, it was a tremendous achievement. I don't know if all Kilmarnock fans grasp how big an achievement it was. I knew at the time they did, but I actually don't know. In reflection now, I don't know. I think there's probably more kids included that who come to Kilmarnock games now. They've been brought up with success at Kilmarnock. We have had success at Kilmarnock. We've had Europe, we've had Scottish Cup success, we've had League Cup success, we've had top six. Over the last couple of years we've not had it, but relatively speaking, over the last 20 years, certainly my kids' lifetime, since then we've had a successful period at Kilmarnock. I don't actually know if the younger supporters actually can take in a grasp back to then what achievement, of this, the magnitude of what that team achieved in '93. You know, it was I would be inclined to agree with Gus in that. In football terms, it was a massive achievement.
The big game I remember in '93 was the semi-final replay against Rangers, and a very dubious goal that Rangers scored. Was the ball over the line?
No, it wasn't over the line. And the man we were speaking about there earlier, Tommy Burns, he would have told you it wasn't over the line, you know, but we played the game, corner kick, Mark Haitley, header, and clears the ball off the line. The first thing Tommy says to me when we came off the park that night, he grabbed me, just grabbed me, showed it, me, he took me into your room, what have I done now? He says, tell me, is that ball over the line? Tell me, because I'm going in to see this press, tell me if that ball was over the line, you'll know. Says Tommy, my opinion, I said the ball wasn't across the line. He just threw me aside, stormed out the dressing room at Hampden, straight to do the press. Ball wasn't over the line. And didn't he listen to anything I had to say? Ball wasn't, it was pure adamant. Stuck by his players, ball wasn't on the line, and gave his interview in the press that night. Absolutely resolute in the fact that the ball hadn't crossed the line. And I think video footage has proved since then that it wasn't over the line. That's football, and that's the game. It's no, you can't change nothing. And just moving on through that, we left Hampden Park that night, right? And I remember we're all down in the bus, you know, we came to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. Never been there before, you know what I mean? Never been, semi-final of the Scottish Cup, so disappointed. Took Rangers to a replay, and all down the bus, and Tommy Burns turned round, addressed the bus, and he says to us, he goes, look guys, take a good look at the place. Take a good look at this place, because we'll be back here and we'll win the Scottish Cup. And that's what he says to us after that game that night. And
lo and behold, 4 years later.
Yeah, and he wasn't, obviously he'd moved on then, he wasn't the manager here at the time when we did win it, but when we did win it, I thought back to the words that he'd said to us after that Rangers game. And in a personal note, you could argue, guys that came up at that time, Mark Riley, Gus McPherson, Ali Mitchell, myself, if you put appearances for Kilmarnock, 1,000 mark appearance, why we got all these guys together. And if you ask these guys, it could be arguably said that it was a better team than the '93 that could have won the Scottish Cup, but they just didn't make it. We just couldn't cross the line. You know, it was a semi-final, but that team was so deserving. I certainly getting to a cup final in that year, so it was.
We'll come back and talk about '97 another day. We'll just do a special interview in the Cup in '97 itself, because there's a big anniversary coming up not too distant future. But back to your own playing days, who was the best player that you played with in your career?
Best player? I like to think all the players I played with, you know, they all had their each quality, you know, and that's me. But you've got to look at the likes of possibly Ian Durrant's in this world, your Tommy Murray, your McCluskey's, you know, George McCluskey played an incredible talent, an incredible skillful player, George McCluskey. Ian Durrant, absolutely out of this world. You know what I mean? I played against Ian numerous occasions against Rangers, and I didn't quite appreciate how good a player he actually was until he came to Rugby Park. I started to train with him every day, and and I played games with him here, and to get an absolute, the boy at the time was saying a boy, but he was certainly a genius in the full back. He got so much room in our cup final with Celtic beats in the League Cup final. Ian ran the show in the first half of that game. You know, then it became a Larson show and he went off the park. And I think we could have won the cup that day if he'd stayed in the pitch. And what a performance he put on in a Killie jersey. And to think he'd been, the injuries that he'd had in the early on in career, if it hadn't been for these injuries, to come back and play football to the level he came back and played at, and still represented his country, what would it must have been like prior to his injury. Amazing, you know what I mean? Just fantastic player, honestly, fantastic player.
Mark Haley once said he hated playing against you. Any players you particularly hated playing against? Was there anybody that stuck out and said, oh, I've got so and so again on a Saturday?
No, I didn't. I played against, you know, look at players you played against, you know, Haley, the Canio, Van Hooydonk, Larson, the McCoist. Soonest even going back to Fleur, Soonest and played against Shearer in the Blackburn when we opened the park here. He was a hard player, you know what I mean? But I can honestly say I didn't feel playing against any player, you know what I mean? It was just me, them and me, and I never ever looked at a player prior to playing against them, never, you know what I mean? I didn't feel it. I was the harder, the more skillful, the better. It was a challenge to me, it's a challenge, and I looked upon life as a challenge, and each challenge that came along, if the crossbar was raised, I liked to up it myself, you know what I mean? And I loved it, I thrived every minute, it was fantastic.
Who was the best player you played against then?
Best player playing against you, you've got to look at like say possibly your Gascoigne maybe, you know what I mean? Right up there. The hardest one was Alan Shearer because he gave it to you, but you can hand it, if he's given it to you, you'll give it to him. I'm happy with that, do you know what I mean? He's not going to be crying about it or something like that, like some players do, you know what I mean? If you're giving it to somebody, he's giving it back to you, that's fair enough. Same with big Mark Haley, Mark Haley do you as quick as lucky, I could handle that. So bring it on, I'm fine with that. It's just the wee sneaky ones I didn't like. But Paul Gascoigne was an incredible player, you know what I mean? To think played in World Cups, you know what I mean, and what that guy's done in the game, and to come up here and he came over here for Lazio and we went to Ibrox, and that was him. Just the amount of time he got in the game, and he was so far ahead of people during the game. It was quite a handful, you know, for our midfield at the time, but it was a great player.
We're sitting here 3 days after losing to the new Rangers and cup, especially to lose with a last minute goal. But it was great atmosphere at Rugby Park the other night. It'd be great to see more of those types of games at Rugby Park with a lot more Killie fans, would it not?
Oh, that's what you do. For a player's point of view, that's what you want to play. You want to play in the big stadium. You want to play with the big supports behind you. Here at Rugby Park, jam packed the other night. Oh, what's that about? That's heaven. You know what I mean? Playing in front of a full house at Rugby Park, fantastic. And as you quite rightly say, that's the crowds we want to encourage back at Rugby Park. You look the other night, I think it was 5,000 Kilmarnock supporters were here the other night. The players know it's that, and getting that support on your back, getting them behind you, it makes life so much easier. And what I've said, I've spoke to players, and if Killie's doing well, we're doing well, the crowds will come back here at Rugby Park, you know what I mean, and they'll get behind the team. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether we're playing the Rangers, Celtic, or their fans come. What I'd like to see is, when we play these Old Firm games, I'd like to see more of us there. I'd like to see more of our support in there. It's our home game, so I'd like us to have the presence, and not the Old Firm have the presence. I'm sick of the Old Firm coming and selling out our stadium. I want us to fill our stadium ourselves. Give us just let us fill the place with Kilmarnock supporters, and so we don't have to see stands full of Rangers and Celtic supporters.
We've got a new manager in Lee Clark. I'm unfortunately in a bit of a real scrap to get a league position. Motherwell didn't do us any favours the other night by winning at Paradise. The last 3 games I've seen a real improvement in performances. That's the standard been set for the season. We've got to maintain that, haven't we?
Oh, you say the standards have improved. The last 3 games we've got a platform to build in now. But the first game, first Scottish game at Ibrox, boys did really well that game. We went to the Motherwell game, we upped it again, we went through to Motherwell, we gave them a going over, we were tight, we were compact, we were organised. Building on for that, we came to the replay game, the lads the other night, organised, they looked up for it, everything was going well. We've just got to keep that momentum going. And I'm sure Lee, with the introduction of the new manager, he'll bring a freshness to the team, he'll bring his own ideas to the team, he'll like to stamp his authority to the team, and I'm sure he'll build in that as well. And it's just up to the support to get behind him and doing that, because it takes time. He says, Motherwell didn't do us any favours. We've got plenty of games left to the end of the season. It's not what Motherwell do, Hamilton, Partick Thistle, it's what we at Kilmarnock do. We don't need to rely on them, we rely on ourselves, concentrate on what we're going to do and let these other teams worry about us. That's what I would say.
And finally, Raymond, a message for all Killie fans.
Message for all Killie fans, it's just any time you've been called on to, any time I've had any deals with any Killie fans and I've asked for their help or anything like that, they've really got behind me. You know what I mean? What I say to the Killie fans is, let's get behind the new manager, Lee Clark. Let's get behind all the team. Let's fill that stadium with Kilmarnock supporters. Do you know what I mean? Let's get behind each other. We're too busy knocking ourselves. When you look at Kilmarnock the last few seasons, we knock ourselves. You know what I mean? Maybe we get a couple of supporters knock us. Maybe a sponsor. Maybe this doesn't go wrong. We're getting knocked for this department, that department. Nothing better than all these departments coming together: commercial, community, supporters, sponsors. Come us all together. Let's be one. That'd be my message to Kilmarnock. Let's everybody get together, be one, and then teams will know about it. It's not so easy for teams then if we've got a Kilmarnock football club all functioning together. That'd be my message being, that's what I'd ask. Let's all be together, united under Kilmarnock Football Club, and let's see where we can go.